The message that I have for you today is very bold, and it is this person has reached a breaking point with their silence, and they are done holding back. They looked at everything standing between you and them, and they decided it all means nothing. What they feel for you is no longer something quiet. It has become loud and impossible to contain. The message coming through is clear. They do not care what anyone thinks about wanting you. That line in their heart has already been crossed, and nothing will pull them back from this. Now, every opinion that tried to slow them down has been weighed, and it has been rejected completely. Come in close today, because the energy behind this reading is powerful and it is deeply personal. This is not a casual confession, it is a firm decision about your future together with them. Let us go ahead and get into it because the cards back this message up with full force. The first card we have for you today is the Knight of Cups. And this one is significant. It confirms that a romantic pursuit is underway, and it is pointed directly at you right now. The Knight of Cups carries an energy of devotion, and this person is fully wrapped up in it. They have been sitting with their feelings for a while, and the weight of it has shifted them. What this card reveals is that they are preparing to make a heartfelt, genuine move towards you. They are not approaching you out of loneliness, they are approaching you out of deep, honest love. Their heart has chosen you over every other distraction, and that choice was not made carelessly at all. You may have sensed a shift in their energy lately, and this card validates exactly what you felt. It does not ride forward recklessly. This card only moves when the emotions behind it are completely real. This person is ready to lay everything on the table, wanting nothing hidden between you two anymore. Their pursuit of you carries weight and sincerity, and every layer of it is rooted in genuine feeling. The next card coming through for you is the Three of Wands, and it adds another layer here. They have been looking ahead at this connection quietly, planning their approach from a place of faith. They did not wake up one day and decide to pursue you. This has been building for months. It carries a clear vision of the future, and you stand at the center of what they see. They see something long term with you, something stable and grounded they can build a life around. What makes this powerful is the patience behind it, because they waited until they were fully certain. They refused to come forward until the timing felt aligned. And now that moment has finally arrived, their vision for this connection goes beyond romance alone. They want partnership and togetherness with you. It reveals that distance or silence was never a sign of doubt. It was quiet preparation and devotion. Then we have the Ace of Wands, which brings bold and passionate new energy into this reading today. What they feel for you at this moment is electric, alive, and genuinely impossible for them to ignore. This card does not appear unless a powerful new chapter is opening, and yours is beginning right now. Their desire for you carries heat and urgency, but it also carries sincerity and deep emotional weight. This is not fleeting attraction or a passing interest. It is a deep fire that has been building. They want to start something real with you, and they are willing to put everything on the line. What this brings is raw and undeniable honesty, because their feelings have crossed the point of no return. They cannot keep pretending that you are just a thought. You have become their entire focus and priority. The last card here is the Emperor, and this one brings authority and certainty into the reading today. Your decision to pursue you is firm and grounded, made with total clarity and no hesitation behind it. The Emperor does not waver once a choice is locked in, and neither will this person going forward. They are stepping into a leadership role within this connection, willing to take full responsibility for it. What the Emperor shows is that they are prepared to protect this bond no matter what comes ahead. This person is not asking permission from the people around them. They already made their choice clearly. Their commitment to you is not conditional on approval from anyone. It is theirs and theirs alone today. The energy in this reading is undeniable because every card confirms that their love for you is real. They are coming forward with courage and conviction, ready to show you exactly what you mean to them. This message was always about something bold, a love offer that changes the direction of everything ahead. You are being chosen with full awareness, full passion, and a heart that has already decided on you. Now, let us talk about where you stand in all of this because your side matters deeply too. A heavy weight has been on your shoulders, and carrying it alone has not been easy at all. There were heavy moments where you questioned whether any of it, was worth your energy. Your heart has wanted to believe in something real, but your mind kept pulling you back into doubt. Walls went up around you carefully, built with every intention to protect yourself from another painful disappointment. The truth is that you grew tired of wondering, tired of waiting, and tired of living without answers. Uncertainty became your constant companion, and it pushed you into a space where guarding felt safer than hoping. Let us see what the cards reveal today because they carry something important about your emotional journey. The first card here is the High Priestess, and she confirms what has been living quietly inside you. Deep down, you already knew the truth about this connection, but you kept second guessing your own instincts. Your gut has been accurate this entire time, even when logic tried to convince you of something different. Shifts were felt before any words were spoken, and that quiet awareness has weighed on you ever since. A knowing lives deep inside your spirit, and it refuses to fade no matter how often you resist. Part of you feared trusting that knowing because accepting it meant opening your heart up one more time. Old wounds made you cautious about taking anything at face value, and that caution became your daily armor. The next card coming through is the Seven of Cups, and it speaks directly to your overthinking pattern. Every possible angle of this situation was examined by you, creating worries that may never actually happen. Your mind ran through best cases and worst cases endlessly, and that cycle left you emotionally drained. Too many fears and too many worries clouded your vision, and they kept you frozen in place. What got lost in that mental noise was simple: your heart already knew exactly what it wanted. More signs and more proof were never what you needed. You needed permission to trust your own knowing. Clarity does not always come from thinking harder, and this card gently reminds you that releasing brings peace. Overcomplicating what your soul understood from the beginning became a quiet pattern, one you could not break. The fog was never about real confusion. It was fear wrapped in logic and disguised as careful thinking. Then we have the Queen of Swords, and she reflects who you have become through everything you survived. A sharper and more discerning energy took root in you, and it refuses to settle for less. Your boundaries are not walls built from bitterness. They are standards earned through real experience and growth. Painful lessons taught you what happens when red flags get ignored, and you will not repeat that again. The version of you standing here is not cold. You are protecting a peace you earned with strength. You chose to honor your own healing first, and that decision took more courage than most realize. Quiet strength has been your anchor this season, and the cards see that with deep respect and admiration. Outside validation was never something you waited for. You built a life that stands firmly on its own. Every foundation beneath you is placed by your own hands, and that is something to be proud of. The last card is the Four of Pentacles, and it speaks to what you have been holding tightly. Control became something you clung to tightly because the thought of letting go felt too vulnerable for you. A part of you connected vulnerability with weakness, and that belief kept your guard raised even higher still. Where that grip grew too tight, it started quietly blocking the blessings that were trying to reach you, receiving love without earning it first. That is the powerful lesson being placed in front of you today. Loosening your hold does not mean losing yourself. It means creating space for something greater to finally arrive. Worth was never measured by how much you could handle alone, even though you convinced yourself it was. Proving independence became the focus for so long, but receiving love openly is also a form of strength. What the cards confirm is that your heart reached a place of readiness even ahead of your mind. Those walls served their purpose during a painful chapter, but that season is reaching its natural quiet end. Growth reshaped you from the inside out, and what arrives next will honor who you became. Caution kept you safe through difficult seasons, but the cards say it is finally okay to soften. A beautiful beginning waits patiently on the other side of your walls, ready for you to receive it. Everything you guarded inside yourself, all of it has been quietly preparing your heart for this shift. Okay, let us step into their side of this because their inner world has been loud and heavy. What has been happening beneath the surface with them, emotionally, is deeper than they have let on. They fought a silent war between what they feel for you and what they were told was acceptable. People around them had opinions about this connection, and for a while those opinions carried real weight. Pressure from the outside pushed them to stay quiet, to hold back, and to pretend they felt nothing. The emotional cost of that silence has been enormous, and it has slowly been tearing them apart inside. Let us go deeper into this because the cards pull back the curtain on what they carried alone. The first card here is the Moon, and it reveals the confusion they wrestled with behind closed doors. For a long time, they could not separate their own truth from the fears clouding their judgment. The moon tells me there were nights where they lay awake thinking of you, unable to find peace. Their emotions felt overwhelming and contradictory, pulling them in directions that never seemed to make logical sense. They questioned themselves constantly, wondering if what they felt was real or just attachment talking quietly. That internal battle was exhausting, and it kept them trapped in emotional paralysis for far too long. The moon confirms that their confusion was never about you. It was always about their own inner conflict. They feared being wrong about love again, and that fear created a fog they could not easily navigate. Underneath all of that doubt was something undeniable, a deep pull towards you that refused to stay quiet. The next card coming through is the Six of Swords, and it reveals a mental shift happening within. They reached a turning point recently, one where the weight of staying silent outgrew the fear of speaking. Carrying all of that unspoken emotion for months became unbearable, and something inside them finally cracked open. This card shows a transition from emotional turbulence into clarity, and they are living that shift right now. Old fears that once controlled their decisions are losing their grip, and calmer energy is replacing them slowly. They started to realize painfully that protecting themselves through distance was causing more harm than anything else. That realization did not come quickly or easily. It came through long nights and hard conversations with themselves. This card confirms they are mentally leaving behind a version of themselves, one that was ruled by fear. A quieter confidence has started to build inside them, one that no longer needs outside approval to exist. Then we have the King of Cups, and it shows the emotional maturity now growing inside them steadily. They are no longer reacting from insecurity. They are choosing from a place of deep and grounded feeling. It confirms that their love is not impulsive or reckless. It is grounded and emotionally aware within. They sat with this feeling long enough to know with certainty that it will not fade or shift. Emotional depth like this does not develop overnight. And the cards confirm it was built through quiet reflection. They stopped asking whether they deserved this connection, and they started accepting that their heart already chose. It reveals a person who has done the inner work, now fully ready to love with real presence. Their emotional intelligence matured quietly behind the scenes, and it now guides their choices more than fear does. What lives inside them is not desperation or loneliness. It is a steady and unwavering emotional commitment already. The last card is the Ten of Wands, and it shows the burden they carried in complete silence. Holding back everything they feel became a weight, one that pressed down heavily on every part of them. They smiled through conversations while their heart ached, and they stayed composed while their mind raced endlessly. Nobody around them understood what they held inside, because they made sure to never let it show. The Ten of Wands confirms that loving quietly, without expression, was never something light or simple for them. They absorbed the pressure of keeping their truth hidden, and it drained them more than they ever expected. What the cards reveal is that their silence was never doubt, it was a form of quiet survival. They kept everything locked tightly inside because they feared the fallout of finally letting truth spill out. Holding it all together alone became their reflex. and that reflex has finally reached its breaking point now. The weight they carried was not just emotion, it was conditioning telling them love always costs too much. Every wall they built was shaped by fear, and behind each one lived a heart longing to speak. Their inner world has been consumed by what they feel, and containing it has become unbearable for them. So let us talk about what is about to happen next, because real movement is coming in fast. The cards are no longer showing stillness or hesitation. They are showing a person fully ready to act. Everything that was held back is about to come forward, and the timing behind it feels very deliberate. This is not a rushed decision, this is a calculated step they prepared for with careful thought. They mapped out how they want to approach you, and they are nearly ready to follow through. The preparation behind their approach has been quiet but thorough, and nothing about it was left to chance. What the cards confirm is that action is imminent and it carries real purpose behind every single step. Let us go ahead and dive into this, because what is revealed about their next move is powerful. The first card is the Page of Wands, and it shows the spark that just ignited under them. Bold and eager energy fills this card, the kind that appears when a major decision finally locks in. They are no longer sitting in the planning phase. They have crossed over into full execution mode now. It tells me they are about to reach out, and that first move will feel undeniably direct. Expect a message or a gesture that feels sudden but carries months of quiet intention packed behind it. They rehearsed what they want to say, and they are getting closer to delivering it with real confidence. Hesitation has left their body completely, and what replaced it is pure forward momentum aimed directly at you. Their approach will not be vague or indirect. They are coming in with clarity about what they need. This card does not carry doubt within it. It carries bold certainty from a person who fully decided. Every word they plan to say to you has already been considered, weighed, and chosen with deep care. This confirms that their first step toward you will feel bold, intentional, and impossible to misread. There will be no room for confusion when they come forward, because their message will be crystal clear. They want to leave no space for misunderstanding, because this time they are choosing to be fully transparent. The next card coming through is the Two of Cups, and it points to a specific moment ahead. A face to face connection is being prepared, one where both of you finally stand on equal ground. Their move is aimed at creating a mutual exchange, not a confession spoken into silence without response. They want to sit across from you and lay everything out openly and without any games or pretense. This conversation carries the weight of something official, like a formal declaration of exactly where they stand. This card does not appear for casual moments, it arrives only when a genuine bond is forming visibly. They are setting up a moment, one that feels completely different from anything shared between you before. Their intention is to shift the dynamic fully, moving this connection from uncertainty into something defined and solid. What this card confirms is that their next step involves you directly, not through hints or other people. They want you to hear it from them personally, and they are preparing that exact conversation right now. It shows a meeting of equals, and that is exactly the balanced intention they plan to bring forward. There is mutual respect behind their approach, and they want this moment to feel balanced and genuinely shared. They are not coming to take control, they are coming to build something real alongside you today. Then we have the Eight of Wands, and this card accelerates the entire timeline of what is unfolding. Things are about to move quickly once that first step is taken, and the pace will surprise you. There will not be long gaps or drawn out silence between their actions. Everything will come in rapidly. Once they begin, they will not pause or reconsider. They are going all in without looking back. Messages will come faster and plans will be made sooner, and their presence will increase in your life. This card tells me the window for their action is close, possibly within days rather than weeks ahead. All delays have been removed from the path, and what remains is swift and direct motion toward you. Their focus has shifted from contemplation into execution, and that shift will be felt by you very soon. The momentum behind their actions is building rapidly, and once it starts rolling, nothing will slow it down. Every move they make from this point carries intention, weight, and a clear direction toward full commitment. No more circling around the truth or testing the waters, just a direct and unwavering line to you. The action phase of this connection has officially begun, and everything from here moves with speed and certainty. What the cards laid out confirms that the waiting period is done and pursuit is now fully underway. They are stepping forward with a plan, a timeline, and a heart that knows exactly where it belongs. Now, let us get into what they would never say out loud because this is where truth lives. There are confessions buried inside them, ones they have not shared with a single soul on this earth. These are the thoughts that keep them up at night, the ones they swallow before they reach words. They imagined a life with you more times than they would ever admit, and it haunts them daily. In quiet moments alone, they rehearse conversations with you that have never actually taken place yet. They picture waking up beside you, and that image became so familiar it feels like a memory now. The depth of what they carry for you scares them because it goes far beyond what they planned. Let us see what the cards uncover here, because what is hidden inside them tells the full story. The first card is the Star, and it confirms you became their hope when everything felt dark, during their lowest moments. The thought of you was the only thing that kept them from shutting down. They would never tell you this, but you saved a part of them without even knowing it. The Star confirms that you represent something sacred to them, something they placed above every other connection. They built an emotional altar around your presence in their life, and they guarded it from outside eyes. You became their North Star quietly, the one fixed point they always returned to when everything else collapsed. This card reveals that their feelings for you are tied to survival, not just romance or passing desire. When the world felt unbearable and nothing made sense, thinking of you brought them back to solid ground. They would be embarrassed genuinely if you knew how often your name crosses their mind during ordinary moments. Grocery stores and late night drives became spaces where they imagined you beside them, filling the silence. The Star shows that their confession goes deeper than attraction. You became woven into their sense of peace. Losing you is not just a fear for them, it is the one outcome they cannot mentally survive. The next card coming through is the Nine of Cups, and it reveals their deepest unspoken wish clearly. They wished for you specifically, not for love in general, not for companionship, but for you by name. It confirms that you are their answered prayer, the exact person they asked the universe to send. They made silent promises to themselves about you, promises they intend to keep no matter what it costs. In their private world, you are already theirs, and they have been living with that truth in silence. They imagined holidays with you, ordinary mornings with you, and a future built entirely around your presence. It shows that their desire for you is not partial or measured. It is total and all consuming. They do not want a piece of you or a fraction. They want the entire whole of you. This card confirms it clearly. They already see you as the missing piece their life waited for. Every version of happiness they imagined has your face in it. And that has been true for longer. They never told a soul what they truly feel because saying it out loud would make it real, admitting it meant they could lose it, and that risk kept their deepest confession locked behind their teeth. Then we have the Five of Swords, and this card reveals the inner conflict their confession created privately. They fought with themselves over whether they deserved to feel this way, and that fight left scars inside. Part of them believed they were not good enough for you, and that belief became a quiet torment. The Five of Swords confirms that their hidden confession also carries shame, guilt, and deep self questioning. They wondered if wanting you this intensely was selfish, or if it meant they were losing control entirely. There were moments where they tried to talk themselves out of loving you, and every attempt failed completely. They bargained with their own heart to let go, and their heart refused every single time without exception. This card shows that the confession they carry is not simple, it is layered and deeply human. They struggled with feeling too much in a world that always told them to stay measured and controlled. Their hidden truth is that you broke through every defense they ever built, and they cannot rebuild them. No amount of logic or reasoning could undo it, because you became permanent inside their heart. They confessed to themselves long ago that you were the one, and that confession changed everything within them. The weight of loving you in silence shaped who they became, and they carry that weight even now. What lives beneath every word they never spoke quietly is a love so consuming it rewired their world. These confessions were never meant to stay hidden forever, and the pressure of holding them is finally breaking everything. Everything buried inside them is rising now, and when it finally reaches you, nothing will be the same. Okay, let us bring this reading to its close because the near future holds something beautiful for you. What lies ahead is no longer uncertain. The cards have made the direction of this connection very clear. Within the coming days and weeks, you will feel a noticeable shift in how everything presents itself. The distance that once sat between you is shrinking, and what replaces it will feel warm and real. A conversation is approaching that will change the tone of everything, and it arrives carrying full honesty. You will hear words from them, direct and honest, that confirm what the cards showed throughout this reading. The first card is the Sunday, and it lights up the near future with clarity and mutual joy. It confirms that what is coming carries warmth, openness, and a renewed sense of hope between you both. Dark chapters of confusion and silence are ending, and what follows is a season of visible loving connection. You will feel their presence returning to your life with warmth, and it will feel natural and overdue. The love between you will no longer stay hidden, and it will no longer be buried beneath fear. It becomes something you can both see and experience openly, without shame or hesitation standing in the way. The Sunday brings celebration into this reading, and the near future holds a moment that fills your heart. The next card is the Ace of Cups, and it confirms an emotional new beginning on the horizon. A fresh start is being offered to you both, one that washes away the weight of everything before. It shows that the love coming in is pure and overflowing, completely free from old complications or baggage. This is not recycled energy from an old chapter. This is brand new love being poured into you. What arrives will feel like the first time because you are meeting each other from a healed place. It confirms that the emotional foundation being built now between you is both strong and lasting. Now, here is my advice as we close this reading, and please hold it close to your heart. Do not let old fear convince you that this is too good, because what is coming is real. Your instincts have been accurate this entire time, and now is the moment to trust them without question. Stop overthinking what has not happened yet and start preparing your heart for what is already arriving. You do not need to chase this love forward. You only need to remain genuinely open to receiving. Let your guard come down slowly at your own pace and allow this connection the room to breathe. The walls you built kept you safe when needed, but that season has now reached its natural end. Receive this love the way it is being offered, with full presence and without conditions attached. Trust the timing of what is unfolding because everything aligned in a way that was meant for you. Your only role now is to stay grounded, stay patient, and let love meet you where you are. Do not shrink yourself to make room for doubt, because doubt has no place in this story anymore. Let us bring the message back to where it started, because the core of this reading remains unchanged. Everything that was shown to you today pointed in one direction, and that direction is love choosing you. The message was that they do not care what anyone thinks, and they are choosing you fully. Every card confirmed that this is not a passing impulse. It is love built through patience and depth. Their feelings were real from the beginning, their silence was never doubt, and their next step is love. You were chosen by a heart that fought through fear and confusion just to reach your side quietly. The love they carry is not small or conditional. It is consuming and steady and aimed your way. From the first card to the very last, the message remained consistent and unmistakably pointed toward you alone. Their hidden confessions and quiet devotion, all of it, were always about finding their way back to you. This reading confirmed that a bold love offer is already in motion, headed directly your way now. What was whispered in secret will soon be spoken openly, and you will feel it in every word. The connection between you has survived silence and distance, and it came through all of it even stronger. As we close, I want you to carry this message with you and let it settle deep inside. You are deeply loved by a heart that chose you above everything, and that love is arriving now. Let this reading be the confirmation you needed, and walk forward knowing that what is yours will arrive. Thank you so much for being here with me today and for trusting this space with your presence. I appreciate you more than you know, and I am sending you so much warmth and light today. Take care of yourself, protect your peace, and stay open to the beautiful things headed your way now. Until next time, I am wishing you all the love and blessings that your heart can hold. What lies ahead is no longer uncertain. The cards have made the direction of this connection very clear. Within the coming days and weeks, you will feel a noticeable shift in how everything presents itself. The distance that once sat between you is shrinking, and what replaces it will feel warm and real. A conversation is approaching that will change the tone of everything, and it arrives carrying full honesty. You will hear words from them, direct and honest, that confirm what the cards showed throughout this reading. The first card is the Sunday, and it lights up the near future with clarity and mutual joy. It confirms that what is coming carries warmth, openness, and a renewed sense of hope between you both. Dark chapters of confusion and silence are ending, and what follows is a season of visible loving connection. You will feel their presence returning to your life with warmth, and it will feel natural and overdue. The love between you will no longer stay hidden, and it will no longer be buried beneath fear. It becomes something you can both see and experience openly, without shame or hesitation standing in the way. The Sunday brings celebration into this reading, and the near future holds a moment that fills your heart. The next card is the Ace of Cups, and it confirms an emotional new beginning on the horizon. A fresh start is being offered to you both, one that washes away the weight of everything before. It shows that the love coming in is pure and overflowing, completely free from old complications or baggage. This is not recycled energy from an old chapter. This is brand new love being poured into you. What arrives will feel like the first time because you are meeting each other from a healed place. It confirms that the emotional foundation being built now between you is both strong and lasting. Now, here is my advice as we close this reading, and please hold it close to your heart. Do not let old fear convince you that this is too good, because what is coming is real. Your instincts have been accurate this entire time, and now is the moment to trust them without question. Stop overthinking what has not happened yet, and start preparing your heart for what is already arriving. You do not need to chase this love forward. You only need to remain genuinely open to receiving. Let your guard come down slowly at your own pace and allow this connection the room to breathe. The walls you built kept you safe when needed, but that season has now reached its natural end. Receive this love the way it is being offered, with full presence and without conditions attached. Trust the timing of what is unfolding because everything aligned in a way that was meant for you. Your only role now is to stay grounded, stay patient, and let love meet you where you are. Do not shrink yourself to make room for doubt, because doubt has no place in this story anymore. Let us bring the message back to where it started, because the core of this reading remains unchanged. Everything that was shown to you today pointed in one direction, and that direction is love choosing you. The message was that they do not care what anyone thinks, and they are choosing you fully. Every card confirmed that this is not a passing impulse. It is love built through patience and depth. Their feelings were real from the beginning, their silence was never doubt, and their next step is locked. You were chosen by a heart that fought through fear and confusion just to reach your side quietly. The love they carry is not small or conditional. It is consuming and steady and aimed your way. From the first card to the very last, the message remained consistent and unmistakably pointed toward you alone. Their hidden confessions and quiet devotion, all of it, were always about finding their way back to you. This reading confirmed that a bold love offer is already in motion, headed directly your way now. What was whispered in secret will soon be spoken openly, and you will feel it in every word. The connection between you has survived silence and distance, and it came through all of it even stronger. As we close, I want you to carry this message with you and let it settle deep inside. You are deeply loved by a heart that chose you above everything, and that love is arriving now. Let this reading be the confirmation you needed, and walk forward knowing that what is yours will arrive. Thank you so much for being here with me today and for trusting this space with your presence. I appreciate you more than you know, and I am sending you so much warmth and light today. Take care of yourself, protect your peace,